Hey, I'm Spencer. We're here at No Kings Detroit, and you are?
I am Jonathan Mus.
Jonathan, who are you with today?
I am with Metro Detroit DSA. We are the Democratic Socialists of America. We believe in a democratic structure of society from the bottom up. We do a lot of organizing with labor unions.
If my grandmother was watching this right now, how would you explain the Democratic Socialists of America to my grandmother?
If I were to explain the Democratic Socialists of America to your grandmother, I would say that we are an organization that works to try to make sure the material needs of the working class are met. We try to organize around making sure that everyone is well-fed, well-kept, making sure that their community is building power, making sure your community is organized, fighting back against fascism, and resisting all forms of authoritarianism wherever we can.
I think that when I look around the world today, a lot of political groups share the same goal of living in a good world.
Yes.
And the question is, how do we structure our world so that it is good? What would you say the Democratic Socialists of America would like to do to restructure things from a pragmatic, practical perspective?
From a practical perspective, we want to try to make sure that the power is in the hands of the workers, right? One of the things that DSA really focuses on is labor rights, labor protections, and labor unions. If you guys remember the UAW strikes that were monumental in Michigan, DSA had a huge hand in supporting that strike and helping organizing that strike. We want to restructure society so that A, the profit motive doesn't exist at all. We want to completely remove that so that strive for short-term profits that is destroying our economy, that is destroying our environment, that is destroying marginalized communities. That incentive will no longer be there.
It sounds like that you really embrace the idea of socialism, and when I walk around the world or I engage with people, they go, "Oh my God, he's a socialist," and that is the end of the conversation. There's no ability to have any nuance. If you had the opportunity to talk to somebody who has that reaction, you'd say, hold on, take a big breath. Socialism might not be what you think it is. How would you define socialism to somebody who's about to freak out about that term?
Well, here's the thing, right? The first thing I would say is that person freaking out, they actually do like socialism. If I were to describe socialism without using the word, or I were to talk about...
Let's do that.
Sure. If you were to look at the economy and you were to be a struggling American, as so many of us are, why are you struggling, right? Because your landlord is raising your rent, because your boss is making you work more hours. We want to structure a society so the position of landlord doesn't exist. We believe that housing is a fundamental human right. Everyone should be able to live in the house or own the house that they live in. Your boss is telling you what to do as opposed to the workers telling the boss what to do, right? In that sense, we want to restructure society from the ground up. In terms of that person having that negative reaction, one of my favorite things to say is that Martin Luther King Jr. was a socialist.
When you're thinking about this idea of socialists engaging with people, it sounds like everybody wants a similar world, and the way that you think we can get there most effectively is by removing the idea of ownership or transitioning it.
Not necessarily all ownership, but specifically ownership like privatization, right? Privatization is the big problem. It's what capitalism ultimately depends on in order to function, right? That profit generation through privatization. And it's that specific ownership that we have a problem with. Where are some of these people getting deported to? To a concentration camp in El Salvador where they are, doing work. Even in America, right? Our prison industrial complex, we have prisoners who are doing work, generating profit for these for-profit corporations, right? That is the problem. That is ultimately the big problem that is driving our society in the direction that's going.
If people want to learn more about the organization, where can they go?
Absolutely. There's Metro Detroit USA. We have a website, but also we have a national website that's dsa.org. So if you're watching this and you're not in Metro Detroit, please just go to dsa.org, sign up, contribute as much as you can, and let's fight fascism.
Great. Thank you, Jonathan.
Awesome. Thank you so much.